Good Tuesday, everybody. This is your YouTube man of the hour. Well, man of the next few minutes or so. Anyways, Doc Kane for Something Fishy Studios. Welcome back. If you've been following on our Facebook, you'll have a clue, the hints as to what we're doing for our Teach It Tuesday. And this is a twofer. You get content on Facebook as well as YouTube. How about that, right? And today, we're going to be teaching you how to do something that, granted, most people know how to do it. But surprisingly, there's a lot of people that don't know how to do it. And it has to do with yard work. Because a lot of people either hire it done or have a family friend or somebody that comes and takes care of it for them. And, I mean, if you're one of those people, then, hey, stick around. This video's for you. And I'm going to do my best to show you everything you need to know on how to mow your yard yourself. And it's actually kind of fun. I mean, it's tedious, it is, but it's worth it. You know, anything you can do yourself, you know, that's an accomplishment. And that even goes for yard work. So I'm going to turn the camera around here and we're going to get started. This is my yard machine. It's a riding mower, 36-inch cut. And what 36-inch cut means is that's how wide the mowing deck is. There's two blades under there. This is the belt for your blades. And there's another one, I don't know if I can get it on camera, that runs to the back that drives it. And one of the first things you want to do anytime you've got a riding mower, first two things, you want to check your gas tank here. Make sure you got plenty of gas. And our gas level, you can see, is right in there. So that's a full tank. Next, oil. Always check your oil. Now, before the video, I did check it. It was a little low. I don't know if it's going to focus, but there's a little mark with two arrows, and you want it to be in that range. And of course, the owner's manual will tell you exactly what kind of oil. And this takes regular gasoline, just like a car, motorcycle, whatever. Now that you've done that, and anytime you're doing yard work, always make sure you've got a way to stay hydrated, because it does get hot, especially through midsummer to fall. But what we're going to do, we're going to hop on the mower here, and this is probably going to get loud at some point, and you probably won't be able to hear me, but I'm going to do the best that I can. This little pedal right here, this is your brake/clutch. You've got your ignition, speed control, throttle control. This here is your deck height. This is your blade engage, disengage. Now, to start your mower, I mean, I've got the park and brake set. And how you do that, push this pedal all the way in and push this lever as far down as it'll go, and it locks it in place. Then you're going to take the key, turn it over to the green, voila, you just started your mower. And always have it low idle, and then up there when you're ready to run it. But I'm going to keep it in low idle just to be able to show you how to do it. Oh, and forward, reverse, and neutral. Brake in, reverse. We're going to set in about third gear, and we're rolling. Now, what I'm about to do is create a starting point for my mow. And of course, an important thing to know, a lot of mowers have a side discharge. This one doesn't. It actually has the discharge cover, which will always be on your right side of your mower. And you always want it facing this direction, especially if you've got a road in front of you, in front of your yard, which most of you I'm sure do. But you don't want to shoot the grass out into the road, because that's actually dangerous for motorcycles, cars, all that, because it makes the road slick and it can cause an accident. And in most places, like in Chickasha, you can actually get ticketed for it. So you always want to make sure to keep the grass going towards your house instead of out into the road. Now then, brake engaged, zoom forward. We're going to set our gear to 4, and we're going with level 1, which is the lowest level you can cut your grass. Depending on what kind of grass and yard you have, depends on how high you cut it. I mean, most yards you can get away with 1. It keeps you from having to mow near as much. I mow at least once a week. Engage your blades. Increase. Always keep your trees trimmed back. And you want to follow the contours of your yard. Now, I'm actually going a little bit over the yard just because I want to give you a full demonstration of how to do this correctly. And just take your time, be careful going near the roadways. And you want to keep about that much so you don't go off in the road. It may mean a little extra weeding, but it keeps you from tearing up your mower. Obstacles like that, turn. All the way to the driveway, but for the purpose of the video, I'm just going to turn it right here, where I can just do the front yard. You start at the outside perimeter. All the way around, and you can see where we've already cut. And you want to have your tire just to this side of your line. And you just follow it around. up to high gear just so we can get this done a little bit quicker. Yeah, it's a little bumpy, and your first time, don't go this fast because you could actually tear up your mower or get hurt. It takes a bit of practice to be able to mow at this speed, and even I have a little trouble with it, especially doing it one-handed. But got to bring y'all content, so do what I must, make it happen. Feels like NASCAR. Now, what I like to do when I'm getting to a point where my turnaround is real narrow, I'll go out where I've already mowed, turn back, line it up, and go. That way, you're keeping with the pattern of the yard, and you don't have weird lines. And of course, there's a few other things that I generally like to do. I think it makes your yard look better in the end, and we'll cover that in just a minute. First, we're going to get this finished mowing, and of course, as you see, I'm going clockwise around the yard. engage your blades, turn your idle down, make sure you got the pedal pushed in all the way and set your park. Put it in neutral. Turn the key all the way to the stop position. And there you have it, folks. If you did all that, look what you just did. Do a slow pan here. Nothing like a freshly cut yard. Looks great, don't it? And to think, if you just followed everything to the T, you just did that. You just mowed a yard. Now, of course, you know, there's still weed eating. You can see the weeds around the curb where we couldn't get it with the mower. And the weed eater also goes around your property like so, and you really need to make sure you keep that weed eater. If you have trees on your property, something like this, you know, you might want to cut it out because it could do damage to your house later on. Kind of like that's getting to a bad point. But there you have it. That is your Teach It Tuesday 2 for 2. As always, I'm your host, Doc Kane. Remember, hit the like button, bell notification, subscribe, and share this video with your family and friends so they can check out what we're doing too. Until next time, everybody, much love, rock on, peace.